put me in the dark. I was afraid of the dark.
Stephen King has written some of the most iconic horror stories of all time, but there's something about The Green Mile that truly sets it apart. It's a poignant and powerful tale that delves into themes of justice, faith, and the supernatural. But beyond the emotional depth of the film lies a treasure trove of strange and fascinating behind-the-scenes stories. From eerie coincidences to unusual casting choices, The Green Mile is full of little-known facts that will make you see the movie in a whole new light. Join us as we uncover weird facts about The Green Mile. The mice were real actors. The mouse, Mr. Jingles, was a pivotal character in The Green Mile, and his performance was so convincing that many viewers assumed he was a product of CGI. The truth, however, is far more charming. The role of Mr. Jingles was played by not one, but a team of 15 different mice, each trained to perform specific actions. Animal trainers spent months working with the mice to get them to run on cue, play dead, and even roll a spool of thread. The most talented of the mice was a little guy named Sponge, who was the only one capable of doing the play dead trick flawlessly. This dedication to practical effects, rather than relying on digital trickery, added a layer of realism and heart to the film, making Mr. Jingles' journey all the more believable and endearing. The eerie coincidence of the mouse. The story of Mr. Jingles' real-life stand-in is a weird one. In the film, Mr. Jingles is a small, gray mouse. On the last day of filming the scene where Mr. Jingles is a small, Jingles' name is called, one of the animal handlers noticed a small, gray mouse scurrying across the floor of the set. The handler captured it and named it Sponge, and it was used as the main mouse for the rest of the film. The weird part is that the mouse's species was the same as the one that Mr. Jingles was supposed to be in the movie. It was a bizarre coincidence that the real-life mouse showed up on the set and was so perfectly suited for the role. This serendipitous event almost feels like something out of a Stephen King novel itself, adding an extra layer of mystique to the film's production story. The Green Mile was not filmed on location. Although The Green Mile is set in a Louisiana state prison, the film was not actually shot there. The prison scenes were all filmed on a meticulously built soundstage in Los Angeles, California. The production team constructed an entire prison block from scratch, including the cell blocks, the execution room, and the infamous Green Mile walkway. This decision to build a set rather than use a real prison gave the filmmakers complete control over the environment, allowing them to create the perfect atmosphere for the story. The attention to detail was so precise that even the smallest elements, like the peeling paint on the walls and the rust on the cell bars, were aged to perfection. This commitment to world building made the fictional prison feel incredibly authentic and claustrophobic. Michael Clarke Duncan's audition. When Michael Clarke Duncan auditioned for the role of John Coffey, he did something unusual to get into character. He didn't just read the lines, he also mimicked Coffey's signature walk, which was slow and lumbering due to the character's large size. Duncan, a former bodyguard, walked in a way that made him appear even larger and more intimidating than he already was. However, when director Frank Darabont saw Duncan, he didn't see a giant. He saw a gentle giant with a quiet intensity. Darabont was immediately struck by Duncan's apathetic demeanor and his ability to portray both incredible power and profound innocence. He knew instantly that he had found his John Coffey. This unique audition demonstrated Duncan's understanding of the character's duality, proving that he was the only actor who could truly embody the role. The Green Mile's title change. The film's title, The Green Mile, refers to the green linoleum floor that inmates walk on before their execution. However, the original title of the Stephen King novel was The Green Mile. The weird thing is that Stephen King's initial title for the novel was The Magic Man. King's publisher, fearing that the title was too generic and would not sell well, suggested The Green Mile, and King agreed. The weird part is that the original title, The Magic Man, was also the title of a popular television series at the time. The title change was a wise choice, as The Green Mile better encapsulated the film's themes of life, death, and the supernatural. The new title was not only more evocative, but also more specific to the story's setting, adding another layer of depth to the film. Tom Hanks's role. Tom Hanks was originally offered the role of Paul Edgecombe in The Green Mile by director Frank Darabont. However, Hanks was not the first choice for the role. The part was initially offered to John Travolta, who turned it down. The weird thing is that Hanks was also considered for the role of Paul Edgecombe in the television series The Green Mile, but he was unavailable at the time. The role was eventually given to William H. Macy. The weird part is that Hanks and Macy have a long-standing friendship and have worked together on several projects. Hanks eventually accepted the role of Edgecombe and gave a career-defining performance, but it's interesting to consider what the film might have looked like with Travolta in the lead role. The Green Mile soundtrack. The film's soundtrack is a beautiful and haunting collection of music that perfectly complements the film's emotional tone. The score was composed by Thomas Newman, who is known for his work on The Shawshank Redemption, another Stephen King adaptation. The weird part is that Newman initially turned down the job. He was hesitant to take on another Stephen King adaptation so soon after The Shawshank Redemption. The weird part is that the director, Frank Darabont, was so determined to have Newman on the project that he sent him a copy of the script with a personal note. Newman was so moved by the story that he changed his mind and accepted the job. Newman's score is a masterpiece of subtlety and emotion, and it's hard to imagine the film without it. The Green Mile's runtime. The Green Mile is a long film, clocking in at 3 hours and 9 minutes. The weird thing is that the original cut of the film was even longer. The first cut of the film was over 4 hours long. The director, Frank Darabont, had to cut a lot of footage to get the film down to a more manageable length. The weird part is that some of the deleted scenes were so powerful that Darabont decided to include them as an extra on the DVD release. The film's long runtime was a major concern for the studio, which was worried that audiences would not sit through such a long film. However, the film's success proved that a long runtime is not a barrier to success if the story is compelling enough. The Green Mile's box office success. The Green Mile was a critical and commercial success, grossing over $286 million worldwide on a $60 million budget. The weird part is that the film was released in December, which is typically a crowded month for movies. The film's success was a pleasant surprise to the studio, which was initially concerned about its long runtime and dark subject matter. The film's success was also a testament to the power of word-of-mouth marketing. The film received rave reviews from critics, and audiences were so moved by the story that they recommended it to their friends and family. The film's success proved that a good story can overcome any obstacle, and it's a testament to the power of filmmaking. The Green Mile's legacy. The Green Mile has a lasting legacy as one of the greatest films of all time. The film was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and it is widely regarded as one of the best Stephen King adaptations. The weird part is that the film's legacy is so strong that it has become a cultural touchstone. The film is often referenced in popular culture, and it has inspired countless discussions about justice, faith, and the supernatural. The film's legacy is also a testament to the power of storytelling. The film's message of hope and redemption has resonated with audiences for decades, and it continues to be a source of inspiration for people all over the world.